record. So we are recording. And I just wanted to first of all say thank you to everybody who showed up live. One of the things you're going to find out about me, if you don't already know this, is that I'm just like a do it messy before you're ready kind of girl. Like I just go. And I think that this is why I've seen success with programs. This is why I've seen success with coaching. And so my advice, everybody on this call and everybody that's watching me after this is be okay with letting go of perfectionism, because as a recovering perfectionist, anybody else on this call recovering perfectionist? As a recovering perfectionist, I can honestly say that the times that I try to do it 100%, you know, I'm like so restrictive and so intense on, oh my God, I went over one container today. Those are the times that I end up binge eating an entire bag of chips at night and like drinking a bottle of wine and then like, fuck it, you know? So it's really important to know yourself well enough. If you are a perfectionist, just give yourself a little bit of grace room. You know, it's an intense program. It's a learning curve for all of us. Timed nutrition. Who's ever done timed nutrition before? I haven't. You know, like most days, I'll be honest with you guys, most days I forget to eat until like noon. I have my oil coffee and then I forget to eat like for a while. I'm just going to mute people here real quick. Nice. Okay. And then I'll unmute when we have our conversation. Like most mornings, I'll have my MCT oil coffee, and then sometimes I'll forget to eat. So this is going to be a challenge for me, eating before I work out. And I know for a lot of you, you've expressed, okay, I got to get up at like 6 a.m., 5 a.m. How am I going to make this work? And basically, I just wanted to have this call to show you guys that everybody's schedule is different. Everybody's in the same boat. Nobody like has their shit together. That's pretty much like the lesson of our entire lives, right? Nobody actually has their shit together. They just pretend like they do. And so just be okay with like kind of failing forward a little bit with this. Be okay with keeping an open mind and just trying new things for yourself. Because if you want to get different results, you've got to be willing to do something different, right? I have seen so many awesome transformations in my last 3 years of coaching. I've been able to be a part of so many, like hundreds of women's journeys, which is so empowering. And I see it time and time again. As soon as you let go of the need to be perfect and you allow yourself a little bit of grace and a little bit of compassion, a lot of compassion, that's when you start to really succeed. You know, when you do it not for the scale number, but for feeling strong, that's super important. So I just kind of wanted to lead into this with that. I'm just going to say like a couple quick points about things that I don't think I covered in the group resources. And then let's just open it up for a quick conversation and any last minute questions, if that's cool with you guys. Is that okay? Yeah. Okay. The meal plans, I posted the meal plans in the group. You'll notice that I put in the photos, I created different photos with links to different things. So I have a photo for Shakeology recipes. I have a photo for Fixate, the Fixate recipe video library. Awesome, awesome resource. I have a photo for all the meal plan calorie brackets that they're not the 80 Obsession ones, but they're other extra resources from Beachbody On Demand. Okay, so use the resources that are there if you want them. I put them in the photo album for a reason, so they're easy to access, because we've got 100 freaking awesome women in our group. The group, as you can tell, gets a little bit I don't even know what the word is. The energy is really high and people are posting, which I absolutely love. So I put them in the photo album so that everybody can access them all the time. Okay, so if there's ever any questions about the meal plan, just make sure you go and look at your resources. Like Beachbody did such an awesome job with this one. I mean, they always do an awesome job. I love the company. But this time they really nailed it, because they did like the 6 programs, A, B, C, D, E, F, 6 programs in full, laid out with the containers, and 6 vegan programs as well. And then on the blog, there are so many recipe options. So really, like, this is your oyster to do with as you want, right? So really start like writing down recipes that you'd enjoy, and figure out what time of day you're going to be doing your timed nutrition. Most people that I've spoken with said that they're ready and feel as ready as they're going to be. So that makes me super excited, because so long as you're ready and you're committed to try your best, that's all you need. You know, that's it. I haven't even gotten groceries yet. I'm starting the nutrition portion on Monday, not starting the workouts till next Monday. So anybody that doesn't have their pack yet, you're welcome to start the workouts next week with me if you want. I'm going to use this week as my buffer. I'm only doing it because of these, because I'm not supposed to sweat, and it's driving me a little bit crazy. If you saw my Instagram today, I did a little workout. I was like dabbing them with these cotton pads. Anyways, so meal plan stuff I put up in the group. Workout schedule, that's going to be on you. Just find a time to use it. And like I've mentioned before, if you have a day where you're like, man, I'm working at 12 today, also have kids activities, also have this, won't be able to do a full hour for a workout, do one of the little obsessed workouts. They're the same titles, they're just 30 minutes. So obviously don't do that for the whole 80 days because you're not going to get the results that you came into this program for, but that's an option to be flexible about. Okay. The handbook, if you haven't checked out the Challenger handbook that I put in the file section, go check it out. It'll show you how to take your before pictures. I put some recipes in there. I put like my own personal favorite shaker recipes, my own personal favorite salad dressing recipes that I make all the time. They're delish and nutritious, and they take like 4 ingredients. So check those out. And it just kind of goes over what to expect, I guess, as you start. If you're starting your journey from day 1 right now, even if you're starting your journey on like chapter 20 right now. Doesn't matter, it's still helpful. Another thing I wanted to touch on, I talked to a couple women who were in the actual coach, like they do like a pre-launch test group with coaches from Beachbody. And a couple of the women that were in the group, we were kind of like chatting back and forth. And I said, okay, what is like the one thing that you wish you would have known before starting the program? Because these 2 women went totally all in, like they were totally committed. And the one thing that they both said is they said, I wish I would have, yes, like planned what I was going to eat, but also like prepped meals just for like the week, because it took them about the first month out of 3 to really get into it. So just know that just because you know, okay, I'm going to eat a green container, red container, and yellow container before I work out, try to figure out what that's going to be for you. So those 2 meal or the 3 days of meal plans that I put in of my own in the group there, that Google Doc, that's an example of what I would eat in the whole day. So I would want to get that stuff prepped in advance. And I might even do like, those are 3 different, pretty much different meal plans. I might do that like twice over in the week. And then that's all the food I need to prep for the week. It's totally up to you. It's if you like to do a big batch on like a Sunday, or if you want to do like 3 days worth at a time like I do. It's totally up to you, but the more prepared you can be, the better you are off. And the other thing that the 2 women mentioned that were in the group, they said, well, the one woman used the performance line and the other woman didn't. She opted out. And the first woman was like, yeah, I wasn't that sore. Like, it was great. The second woman was like, yeah, I quickly learned that I needed the freaking performance line because my muscles were so sore. So people that are on the fence about doing performance, I would suggest jumping in and doing it if you're not already. I actually have an extra tub of Recover that I'm going to sell. So if anybody's like, okay, I'll try the after workout, you can message me and we can figure out like shipping and stuff. But I suggest using the performance line because it's scientifically proven to amp up your workouts and amp up your recovery, right? I personally can't drink the Recover because it's got whey protein in it, like a high quality whey protein. So I personally am going to be looking for something like, I might go get myself some collagen or something to add to like a decaf coffee in the afternoon or something. But Shakeology has 17 grams of vegan protein in it too. So I could also use that as my post-workout protein. Totally up to you. Make it work for yourself. But the performance line definitely is worth it. And Energize, I think whoever's tried Energize in this, Caitlin, yeah, Caitlin's like, yep. I'm addicted to it. It is a green tea pre-workout that Beachbody has. It tastes like lemonade. And well, hot diggity, if you haven't tried it yet, you should. It's awesome. So performance line, try it out if you haven't before. It'll definitely amp it up for you. And give up perfectionism. I think those are pretty much the things I wanted to cover. Is that it? Yeah, does that kind of cover it a little bit? Basically, just like don't be afraid to just do the program and do it messy. Oh, I know. The last thing I'll cover before we go to some questions and stuff is how the group's going to be ran. So there's a lot of people in our group, if you haven't noticed. There are over 100 women in our group, which is like amazing. Can we just, first of all, just like think about that for a second. 100 of us are committed to bettering ourselves for 3 months together. Like that's badass in my opinion. And so because there are so many people in the group, and lots of people aren't going to comment and post and stuff, and then there are going to be people that do. I want to see the first week kind of how it plays out with people posting before I start doing like daily posts and stuff. I don't think I need to do that with this one. I think everybody's kind of got it together. And if we just show up for each other and post helpful resources as you find them, I know that I've got a lot of coaches on my team who are in the group who are going to be doing like live videos and stuff and sharing their own resources. So if we just go at this as like a collective, instead of just, oh, Marie's running the group, I don't feel like I'm running it. I feel like I got to facilitate the opening of it and here's some sweet resources. And now we get to do this program all together. So what I might do is I might, to keep things fresh and interesting, I might do like some prizes, like some giveaways and stuff for certain things. And then I was thinking it'd be really cool to do one of these calls, like a Zoom call once a month, just like as a check-in, and just be like, hey, how's everybody doing? You know, and we could even do one like every second week or something if you guys wanted. So maybe I'll put up like a poll or something in the group to see what everybody wants. So that's kind of what to expect from it. It's going to be awesome, but it's also going to be what you put into it. So definitely show up, print out your planner. Like I've got on my fridge, I'll show you guys actually what I did. So you've got the workouts in the ADD Obsession little handbook. You can absolutely use that one. I always use this one. I don't know if it's like the organizational freak teacher in me or something, but I put this blank template in the file section. And so what I do is I write down on each day, so you can see, okay, got my brows done, sweet, can't work out. I put like when I'm traveling, I put if I have like different events and stuff, just so I know, okay, this is kind of my schedule for the month. On this day, I might need to switch to a 30-minute one. On this day, I could probably double up and do some extra stuff. Okay, so just keep yourself organized the best way you know how. If you want to print out the ones that Heather put up of the individual ones, super, super helpful. Or use the Google Doc one that I did, just make a copy of it and put in your own meals. It's totally up to you. I'm just gonna do, okay, if you have a question, you just have to click your little screen and click unmute. Can we do it like that for now so it doesn't get all squirrely? Does anybody have any questions, or did I miss anything? Ish. Everybody's just like, no, I'm good, I got it. We're crushing this. Yeah. Lisa, do you have any questions at all? You're badass, you're ready to go, hey?
I think I'm ready. I think my biggest challenge is going to be keeping my whole family in line, knowing that I have a schedule I'm trying to stay on, so I can't babysit like last minute every, 4 times a week.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think it's good. My girls are supportive, so that's kind of the main thing, and everybody's on board.
I love that. I really love that. And I saw Carol was raising the roof at that, so maybe you two could connect about that as well.
Yes, that's my challenge.
Something you guys are going to find is that if you are open to putting yourself out there in the group, if you're open to being like, hey, I'm so-and-so, this is what I do for work, like this is how old I am, I'm looking for a couple women nearby or not, to kind of like join a little group chat together, like 3 or 4 of us, just to keep each other accountable. We can do that too. You don't have to just wait for the group. Don't wait for the permission. If you feel, hey, I want to connect with some other women who are just like me in this group, I guarantee out of 100 women, you're going to find at least 1 or 2 who are just like you in the group. And it's really refreshing knowing that you're not alone, knowing that you're not the only stressed out working mom of whatever, knowing that you're not the only teacher who like never gets a break, or the only nurse, or the only vet, knowing that you're not the only person in that situation is really helpful on a journey like this. It's not always easy, but it's super worth it. So connect as much as possible. I highly suggest connecting with each other.
Perfect.
Yeah. Does anybody else have any questions or anything? Did I miss anything?
I have a question for you, Marie.
Yeah.
I'm just curious about how you modified, like for Brandon or anybody, I guess, in the group. Like I've never done meal plans, and especially when you're dealing with a significant other, like how much more was he eating on average? Like, I don't want to starve him while I do this either, but
so you can
actually, and make it easy.
You can figure out his there's a maintenance like caloric intake, there's an active caloric intake, and then there's a bulking caloric intake. So if you want, okay, like Brandon, what he does, he's doing Body Beast right now. He loves that program, and he's just like committed to finishing it. So I don't touch that. Like he's in it, he loves it, sweet, yeah. He can do his own thing. But we do eat the exact same meals. Obviously, he'll just eat more than me, and he doesn't use the containers per se, but he has done it a couple times, so he kind of knows, okay, if you're eating that much, then I need to eat this much more than you. So just like you can eat the same meals. It's not like you're going to be eating like celery sticks and peanut butter for what I mean? Like you can eat epic things, and I'm going to post as much as possible about food because I know that that's the number one thing people struggle with. So I'm gonna keep adding to that meal plan, and then what I might do is create like a little recipe PDF or something for us to just have some extra recipes together. Anyway, it's on my ever-growing to-do list. But yeah, I wouldn't worry about him starving or anything. Just make the meals that you want to make that fit into your allotted containers, and then I'm sure Hans will happily eat. Yeah, there's some really good recipes, seriously, like really good recipes on the Fixate, like the cooking channel they have in Beachbody On Demand. I don't know if you guys have checked it out yet, but they have like over 144 or something videos of different recipes. They're all like 4 or 5 minutes, so it's kind of cooking show style. But the blog also has really awesome ones. I personally use Oshi Glows. I use her recipes a lot just because it's super easy for me to put like wild salmon and sweet potatoes and asparagus on for supper. But when I want to make a true awesome plant-based meal that's also got good substantial protein in it, I like to go to her recipes for inspiration. So we'll help each other out on that, because I know there's probably a lot of significant others and people with families and kids, right? Like I saw Carol, I saw this. Just try to get your family on board. Just say, listen, I'm doing this thing. Like, I'm the one cooking your food. If you want to cook different food, go at it. You're 12. You can do your own. This is what we're eating. I bought this and I'm making it, so you're eating it. Just try to get them on board.
Okay, thank you.
Does that help at all? I hope that helps any. Okay. Anybody else with any questions? Oh, Carol. Hi.
Hi. I haven't shared my voice yet, but I just want to say thank you to everybody for sharing your ideas and your wisdom, and knowing that you're probably just as freaked out as I am right now, but it's a good freak out. I think in the end it's going to be super positive. But my question is, I haven't done my meal plan yet. I haven't even grocery shopped for it.
That's okay.
And being like super new, where do I go get this? Like, I know I printed out the sheet that indicates, you know, my caloric intake and whatnot. I haven't done that yet. That's my plan, like right after this.
Okay.
But yeah, where do I go to get the meal plan, and how do I, like, from the moment I get my caloric intake figured out, what do I do now? What do I do next?
I'm going to show you something here. Let's just see if I can go to it. I'm just going to screen share, and I'm going to show you a couple things in the group that are going to help, and then hopefully they'll help anybody in the group as well. The only thing is, where is screen share? Oh, here we go. Share screen. Okay. Can you guys tell me, can you see my ADD obsession? Can you see the screen? Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Okay. So Carol, if you haven't, oh my God, who is writing on that? That is so cool. Who is writing on that? How does that work? Weird. Can you guys still see?
Yeah.
Did somebody write on there? That's so sweet. Okay, I'm just scrolling here real quick. I want to see. Okay, so this is the one I posted yesterday. So if you click on this one, this is just an example of what I'm personally going to be like, kind of some of the meals that I personally eat. So there's 3 I think I put in there so far worth. This is going to get slow because I've got too many tabs. But what I want to find is the video. I did a video of all the meal plan stuff right here. So I want you to, you know what, I'm just going to tag you in it, and then you'll, I want you to watch that video, because I went over and did a screen share, same thing. Bodestil, is that your last name?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So watch that video if you haven't already. I go over the where to find them in the, like, on your Beachbody On Demand. If you go to, you can go to either beachbodyondemand.com or teambeachbody.com. It doesn't matter. Your account's the same across the platform. So you just go to teambeachbody.com, sign in, and then click the Beachbody On Demand link, and it'll take you right there. The blog is connected to there. Your workouts are connected to there. It's all sweet and super user-friendly. When you click on 80-Day Obsession, you can click on Program Materials, and that's where all the nutrition stuff is. So you can peek through the PDFs on there. I'm actually going to show you guys something super quick, because I just thought of it. Thank you, Carol, for helping me think of this. So do you guys know that there's a Beachbody On Demand app? Does everybody know about this? So there's so there's an app. Okay, it looks like that. Sweet. So what you can do on the app, which if you have like a tablet or an iPad or Apple TV or Roku, Amazon Fire, I think they use, whatever you use, you can actually go to the workouts and you can download them. You have to have internet while you're doing this. You can download them on the right here to your account, and then you can use them offline. So when I was traveling in Asia, when I was in Mexico, like all these different places, I would just download like 5 or 6 of the workouts that I wanted to be doing that week while I had Wi-Fi at home. And then I'd make sure that they were on my app, and then you can go anywhere with your iPad. And so long as you have your little device with you, you don't actually need internet. So that's super handy for people who are like, I live in the boonies, I don't have really great access to internet. Go to a Starbucks and grab a coffee and sit there and download the workouts using their Wi-Fi, right? Do something like that. It might be a little slower that way, or go to a family member's house or a friend's house and download your workouts to a device. You can use your phone too. I know girls that are love the gym, and so they download the workouts to their phone and just take their phone to the gym, because just because you go to a gym doesn't mean you know how to do the moves, and right, you got to be a personal trainer kind of type thing. Anyways, does that answer any of your questions? That video should help you.
It's perfect. I'm very visual, so seeing that worked really well for me. Just because, you know, you're not bombarded, but I mean, everybody's sharing information, sharing knowledge, which is so much, right? And I feel like I don't want to miss anything.
Yes.
And so last night I was like up till whenever, just trying to like intake all this information, just to make sure I'm not missing anything important, something that'll help me. So yeah, I'm a little bit obsessed that way, I guess you could say. But,
I love it.
But that's good. Seeing that visually was awesome, Marie. Thank you.
No worries. And you know what I can do, because if I think you're like me and you like lists, I can put a real quick list in the group, just a last minute checklist. Do you have this? That would help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be
Everybody's
awesome.
like, yeah, do that. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Last minute list. I gotta write things down, otherwise they just go whoop. Okay, checklist. Okay, are there any other questions about it?
Yes, there are a few of us night shifters out there.
Yeah.
Any tips for you night shifters on meal while on shift at night?
If I can give any tips for meal shift
Or anybody else that's on this call right now. Sandy and I were talking about it a bit, but I feel like it's going to be the most difficult with not snacking and
this
setting
is
up night shift.
the hard one, because so this goes back to the whole like do it the best that you can, right? And I know on the meal plan it says like every 2 to 3 hours. I know my schedule personally, and yes, I'm going to be committed to doing time nutrition, but at the same time, I also know that post workout, I'll have my like meal, and then I actually I like loading my Shakeology with other things. Like I like putting an extra blue in there of coconut milk. I like putting in extra hemp hearts, so that's an extra orange for me in the day. I like putting in 2 purples instead of 1, you know? So for yourself, like if you've got night shift, how many coffee breaks do you get on night shift? 2? Sometimes?
Depends, yeah. I don't know.
It totally depends.
It's different than nurses, but yeah.
Is it Carol, you nurse too? No?
I know Leah is on here and she works night shifts.
But you get like 2?
I'm a shift worker too, but I do the 911 calls, so.
Oh, gotcha. So it's going to be different.
Flux.
Yeah. So it'll be different per shift. It'll be different per person. It'll be different per workplace, right? And my advice, I guess, is plan to have stuff there with you. Like even if it's just, hey, I brought a little baggie of almonds and like dried apricots. If that's your little quick hit of like energy to keep your blood sugar stable. Seriously, that's honestly why she does that every 2 to 3 hours. It's just so you don't dip your blood sugar, so your body isn't dipping into your like glycemic stores, you know what I mean, in order to burn energy. So if you have a shift and you're like, okay, I'm really concerned with not being able to eat for X amount of hours, well, eat a bigger meal, like load your Shakeco like I do. Load your Shakeco beforehand. Take your whatever, like chicken and quinoa and asparagus or Brussels or something to eat on your break, and then have some other little snack things to eat, like some almonds and some grapes. Hummus is like super high calorie, good fat, quick eat, right? Haley, what do you eat when you're on, or you just don't eat probably because you, Haley's a vet and she works like every day, all day. They just call her and they're like, can you come in for like 72 hours straight? So, okay. Does that answer any of it, Carl? Like, I don't know if that helps, but basically it's just like, do it as best you can and plan plan to have snacks, and if you don't get a chance to eat the snacks, don't panic about it. Does that help? Like, it's so easy to get caught up in the, oh my God, I'm not doing it right, I'm not going to see results. Legitimately, as long as you're doing the workouts, drinking water, drinking Shakeology daily, that's a big one, you guys. Drink Shako daily. It's like you wouldn't take a multivitamin once a month, right? You just wouldn't do that. First of all, it tastes delicious. If it doesn't taste delicious to you, you're making it wrong. Please message me. I will give you my favorite recipes. Anytime somebody's like, I tried it and it's just really gross. And I was like, who are you? Like, what do you mean it's gross? So just, if you aren't finding one that you like, or you're mixing it with a fork and water, please message me and I will help you through. Drink enough water, drink your Shako daily. If you have the performance line, use it during the program, and just do the best you can on the meal plan. You know, like, don't eat macaroni and hot dogs every night for supper. You know, try to switch that out with some like awesome stir fry and some basmati rice or something, and maybe you try tofu for the first time. I have an awesome way to cook tofu. I cube it, I chuck it in the Ziploc bag with a bunch of cornstarch, garlic powder, sea salt, pepper. I coat it a little bit, and then I fry it in a pan, and it crisps up, and it's really nice on stir fries. So stuff like that. You're going to learn different tricks and tips throughout this 80 days, and it's just about being open-minded and trying it out. I'm just preaching now for days. Okay, are there any other questions about this? I don't want to take up too much time on your Saturday. I actually thought it was Sunday today when I woke up. I just don't know what day it is ever. It's a great life. Okay, no other questions? Everybody's like, what did we get into with this lady? Who is she? I don't know. Life's more fun when you're a little crazy, right? Okay, if there are no questions, feel free, if you think about it after the call and you're like, shoot, wish I would have asked that, just post it under the video. I will put the recording up in the group for anybody that couldn't make the call. And I'll put up that list, that little checklist. And yeah, pretty much let's just do this thing. We start on Monday. If you want to start Monday, great. If you want to start the following Monday, that's great too. Regardless, use this first week to really learn about the nutrition and like learn about yourself and what your hours are, kind of playing around with it. Everybody cool with that? Awesome. Thank you so much for jumping on with me, you guys. This is fun. It's nice to be able to see who's in it, right? Like, who's the real faces of the people who are posting in a group. This is what it's all about. So I'm excited, super, super excited about this. I'm going to take a screenshot actually. So just I need everybody to smile real quick. I forgot to do this on my other call this morning. Come on, phone. All right, everybody ready? Nice, love it. Okay, I hope you guys have a fabulous Saturday. I'll post that checklist real quick so that anybody that's going to get groceries today and tomorrow and stuff can feel ready. And yeah, I love you all. I'm super excited to do this program with you. Let's make it the best 3 months of the year possible. How about that? Yeah? All right. Okay, I'll see you guys very soon.